All right, let's go ahead and get started. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, which is, I went this way, it's over here now, so, all right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, welcome everybody to the new and improved Shawnee County Commission chambers. I'm Aaron Mays, I represent District 3, currently serving as chairman. On my left is Commissioner Bill Rippon, representing District 1, and Commissioner Kevin Cook couldn't be with us today. So, good morning to you.
Good morning.
My understanding is that we're going to start with a proclamation and presentation. So,
All
Madam
right.
Clerk.
When Coronado was exploring Kansas, one of his men left a sword in Kansas that was found years later, and there was an inscription on it that said, "Do not draw without reason, do not sheathe without honor." So here's the gavel. Same applies.
Well, so we've talked for a long time about how we're like one of the only governmental entities that don't use a gavel. And so Commissioner Rippon must have overheard me complaining, so we'll call the meeting to order.
Well, show them that you're not hitting the, well, you're actually not hitting.
There's a
back
piece of
beautiful.
granite, a
Yeah.
chunk of granite up here that I'm hitting with it, so.
Yeah, you're not beating on our brand new desk. So.
Yes, so the desk will be unharmed, I promise. All right, so Madam Clerk, first item, please.
First item is item 3, consent agenda.
We have a rather large consent agenda today, 17 items by my count. If there's no objections to any of those, I would move for approval.
Second.
Okay, so a motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 2-0. Next item, please.
Item 4, new business A, County Clerk number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Okay, we have 2 vouchers to approve. I'm going to start with the October 21st voucher. Under Equipment Fund, Motorola Solutions, Inc., totaling $30,010.20 is for equipment for emergency management communication project. Under Sheriff Fuchsia's, $112,500 is for the second half payment for real-time crime center cloud system. Total vouchers as of October 21st, 2022. $899,665.91. Our second voucher for October 26, 2022, under Equipment Fund and Business Office Parks, McConnell Machinery Company, Inc., totaling $59,662.40 is for a mini excavator for parks. Under Information Technology, SHI International Corp., $23,746.61 is for Microsoft SQL Server Annual License Renewal. Under Sheriff, Kansas Highway Patrol, $29,350 is for a 2022 Dodge Durango. Total vouchers for October 26, 2022 is $885,995.92. If there's no questions or comments, I would move that we approve the vouchers.
And I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, second by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 2-0. Next item, please.
Okay, there still are no correction orders, and I just wanted to, we will, as soon as the new tax roll is done, we'll have correction orders again, but I finished setting the levies yesterday. We have certified to the other counties, and don't tell Larry Ma, but we may be certifying to him either today or tomorrow, but it's the tax roll, so.
Okay, I won't tell Larry Ma.
Don't tell Larry Ma
Who
that.
happens to be in the room right now. So.
But that's why we're not having any correction orders, but just give you an update on tax rolls or the tax statements, and then he will happily send them out here soon, I'm sure.
Okay,
Okay.
great. Noted. Next item, please.
Item B, Human Resources, number 1, consider approval of health savings account funding for the 2023 benefits plan year.
Good morning, Commissioners. Angela Lewis with Human Resources. As you all are aware, we do have an HSA plan with Shawnee, a high deductible plan with Shawnee County. Part of that is funding our HSA plan, and that's what we'd like to ask you to do today. The recommendation is to fund $500 for those choosing the high deductible employee-only plan and $1,000 for those choosing the high deductible employee family plan. The HSA employee family plan includes employee child, employee spouse, and employee family. The county's HSA funding would be made pay period 1 of 2023 if you approve it, and the IRS allows those who choose employee only to contribute $3,850, and those choosing families $7,750. If you're 55 and over, you are allowed to make a $1,000 catch-up contribution. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have about the seating for the HSA plan.
Questions for Angela?
None.
All right, I'll make a motion that we approve.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 2-0. Thank you. Next item.
Item B2, consider approval of contract C316-2022 Memorandum of Understanding with the Communication Workers of America, Topeka, Kansas, Local 6401, affiliated with AFL-CIO for calendar years 2022, 2023, and 2024.
Good morning again, Commissioners. Angela Lewis with Human Resources. Today, we're presenting the Shawnee County contract with Communication Workers of America, CWA, Local 6401. The Memorandum of Understanding covers our employees who work on the Emergency Communications Center at the Sheriff's Office. We today have Sheriff Brian Hill, Michael Augustine, the Deputy Director of Human Resources, Buddy Cordero, Christy Stegman, who is here, all with CWA. We've provided you all with an executive summary, but we'd like to highlight several of the key changes we've made to the contract. The first changes would be concerning wages. The Evergreen Wage Study recommendations were accepted and began in January of 2022. In 2023, we've agreed to a 3% wage increase in one step, and in 2024, we've agreed to a 2% scale change in one step. We've agreed to a one-time premium payment of $1,700 for the employees. Another key change is that we've agreed to, a shift and vacation bid happening twice a year versus once a year to allow added flexibility for the employees. And additionally, the contract will allow new hires who come into the communications center to be on between steps 1 and 5, depending on their previous years of experience, and we hope that will help us attract new employees. I'd like to give CWA and the sheriff an opportunity to speak, and we'd all be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay.
Commissioners, I want to first thank you guys for your ability to help with the funding of the raises for the employees. We believe that is going to help us staff that center. It is a stressful job, and bringing the pay up has greatly enhanced our capabilities to do that. So we're getting our staffing levels up, and I see us trending in the right direction for the future.
That's good to hear.
I just want to thank the county's bargaining team. And just the nature of what we do, there's always disagreements, but they're always very cordial and professional and a pleasure to deal with. I want to thank the sheriff. He's shown a genuine concern in improving the working conditions for the dispatchers. And I want to thank our bargaining team, Christy Stegman, Yolanda Lurks, Wyatt Delaney, Tim DeBusk, and Jackie Matea. And they gave a lot of their personal time and a lot of sacrifices of their time to get this taken care of. So thank you.
Great. Appreciate that. Any questions?
No.
All right. Great. Well, congratulations to everybody for getting that accomplished. I would move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 2-0. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next item, please.
Item B3, consider authorization and execution of contract C317-2022, addendum with Compliance 1 to provide random selection drug testing, pre-employment drug and alcohol testing and training with funding from the department's budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. Angela Lewis with Human Resources. Compliance 1 is raising their rates by 10%, which would equal $5 for our drug testing. This is the first rate increase we've had with them since 2019, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions?
No questions.
Okay.
I would move for approval.
Motion, I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 2-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Item C, Facilities Management. Number 1, consider approval to submit a request for pricing for pest control service rates for 1 year with an option up to 3 additional years at no price increase.
Good morning, Commissioners. Nelda Henning, Director of Facilities Management. As stated by the clerk, I'm requesting to issue an RFP for pest control services. I would be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Nelda?
No, I would move for approval.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 2-0. Thank you, Nelda. Next item, please.
Item D, Public Works. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-318-2022 with White Star Machinery for the 2023 purchase of 4 skid steers using NASPO Value Point, a government purchasing cooperative. All funding for this purchase will come from the Public Works Special Machinery Fund.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kurt Niehaus, Director of Public Works. As the clerk said, we would like to purchase for 2023 4 skid steer loaders. These are the wheeled version versus the track version. We're getting a trade-in on existing 4 skid steers at $25,000 apiece. That makes our net price for all 4 at approximately $120,000. We felt like this was the best option for us, and I'm here requesting your approval. Any questions?
Questions for Kurt?
No questions.
All right, I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 2-0.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kurt. Next item, please.
Item E, Parks and Recreation. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-319-2022 with Garner Roofing for the scheduled replacement of the Lake Shawnee Shelter Number 6 roof, fascia boards, and guttering. Committed funds increased to $8,600 from the potential for additional decking costs of $2,960 for a total of $11,560 with funding available in the Building Maintenance 3R Fund if needed.
Good morning, Commissioners. John Boyd, Parks and Recreation. We are here requesting you approve this contract with Gardner Roofing to replace the roof of Shelter 6. We did put in that contract to allow for possible roof decking replacement because we can't tell what's under there just yet. We really don't anticipate using that full amount for that. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
No, I would move for approval.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 2-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Item E2, approval is requested to fill the vacant Administrative Superintendent Parks and Recreation position, PR 1162 at Step 5, Range 69. The position oversees the department's finance, contracts, grants, human resources, marketing, and partnership development funds. With approval, the position will be compensated at $32.74 per hour, or $91,993.40 annually, including benefits. This position is identified in the department's budget with sufficient funding available.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brian Toby, Parks and Recreation. Yeah, this position was approved by you guys on June 30th as part of the department's reorg. I can stand for any more questions.
Any questions?
This is was an existing position that's vacant.
It's a new position, yeah.
It's a new position. So someone else was doing all this before, right?
Correct, yeah. This position is going to supervise a lot of the reorganization that the department decided on.
You know, I think I'd like to table this one and try to get a little more information on this one at this time.
Okay. All right, I'll go ahead and second that. And I'll just, we don't need to set a date certain on that, right? It's just whenever. So, okay.
All right,
All right.
thank you.
So, motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon to table this item, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 2-0. We'll revisit this at a later date.
Okay, thank you.
Next item, please.
Item F, Commission, number 1, consider request for fence viewing.
This is one that doesn't come up very often.
Good morning, Commissioners. James Crowell, Shawnee County Counselor. You are correct. The statutory process for a fence viewing, which this item involves, was first enacted in 1868. So this is a process that's been around for a long time, but necessary and still necessary today. We've received a request from a Shawnee County resident to set up a fence viewing. There's a dispute over the adequacy of a fence. Traditionally, what we've done when these have come about is the Board of County Commissioners can go view the fence themselves, or they can designate other county officials to do that. In the past, the Public Works Director, the County Surveyor have been designees in the past. Of course, my office as County Counselor will advise on the legal issues throughout the process. The process today is, and what you're being asked to do today is either appoint yourselves or appoint designees as fence viewers. That's it. Once the fence viewers are appointed, then that'll start a chain of events where an actual viewing of the fence in question will occur on a date that's convenient for both landowners. Both landowners will have an opportunity to present their information to the board or its designees. Then we will have a formal public hearing set on a predetermined agreeable date that's convenient for everyone back before here to have a quasi-judicial public hearing. And at that time, the landowners again will have an opportunity either to present testimony, present written testimony, their choice. And also you will receive a report and recommendations from your designees if you set designees, or you will present information that you found at the fence viewing. It results with a written decision by the Board of County Commissioners following that public hearing, resolving the dispute.
Okay, questions?
And none.
All right, well, you want to do a fence viewing, or you want to designate?
Who can we designate? Like, could you be the?
I can be involved. I will be involved regardless on the legalities of it. I would probably recommend that you appoint somebody else, at least 2 other county officials, to do the actual viewing and participate if it's not going to be the members of the board.
Okay. Well, I'd like to ask Joni, our planning director, see if she would do one of the viewings. Do we each have to have someone designated?
No, you can nominate and vote on one person at a time or
I think
multiple
probably.
people, however you please.
Okay, so I think Kurt Niehaus probably needs to be a designee as well.
Okay.
And then, I don't know if a planning director or the surveyor, which one would be better?
In the past, we've had the
Surveyor.
Public Works Director and the surveyor involved.
Surveyor'd be fine. Let's do that.
Okay, all right, so
County
we'll,
surveyor.
You'll need to make a motion
that's
and
what I'm,
second. and
yeah, I'm
adopt.
trying to figure out how we need to word it though. I'll make a motion that we appoint, Public Works Director Kurt Niehaus and the county surveyor, to do the fence viewing.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 2-0.
Thank you, Commissioners,
Jim.
and we will assist those individuals and the owners with getting some mutually convenient times to go out and view the fence.
All right.
Thank you.
Can't wait to hear how that goes. Next item, please.
Item 5, public comment.
I don't have anybody signed up. Is there anyone here from the public wishing to speak today? Seeing none, next item.
Item 6, administrative communications.
Any administrative communications?
Good morning, Commissioners. Kellen Seitz, Oakview Group and Stormont Vale Event Center. Just wanted to share we have a very busy weekend going on this weekend. We finalize and finish out our haunted house, which is Nightmare on the Boulevard Circus of Souls, and that kicks off tonight and runs all the way through Monday of Halloween. And then on Friday, tomorrow night, we have our trunk or treat taking place, and then the haunted house immediately following. And last year we saw about 3,000 people and their families, a bunch of little kiddos getting a bunch of candy. So we're expecting a pretty large attendance on that. So if you plan on coming out, come early. 6 o'clock, the parking lot opens for the trunk or treat. So excited about that. Thank you.
Good morning, Angela Lewis with Human Resources. Last week, we had our annual enrollment meetings, and during that time, we had 142 people who were vaccinated at those meetings. The total shots given for flu was 118, and COVID boosters were 79. We'd like to thank the health department for helping us with that and making sure our employees got vaccinated. I'd also like to remind everyone that annual enrollment is open. You would need to enroll using www.mybintech.com. And if you have any questions, you can call the HR office or you can call Bintech directly. We'd be happy to help you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. Josh Mikey, Parks and Recreation. Just wanted to bring a couple things up to make sure that everybody has it on their calendar. First, this October 29th will be the last day for the Gage Park Mini Train and Carousel. It'll also be the last day you can use any of the 2022 tickets and passes that you or your family have purchased. Obviously, the last day you can ride this train, hopefully. So, also on that note, bring your family out. One last ride and visit Boo at the Zoo or Helen Hawker's Monster Mash Bash is also going on this weekend. Station 9 3/4 event at Great Overland Station happened this past weekend. Over 700 visitors attended the 2-day event. There were over 30 specialty vendors that came from as far as Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and other states that we just couldn't figure out exactly where they were from. This is an annual event, and hopefully that it'll grow in the next 2-3 years. And Mark's doing a wonderful job down at Great Overland with those events. Some bad news. I don't know if you've heard the Winter Wonderland issue. Over 5,000 light bulbs were stolen this past weekend from there. So trying to organize and vent different options to ensure that that still is able to go. But other than that, everything else is good. So thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. Nelda Henning, Director of Facilities Management. I wanted to let you know that we have members from the HTK Architectural Group here today, enjoying our first meeting here in the new Commission chambers, and I'd like them to stand so they can be recognized and how much we appreciate the work that they've performed. Come on, girls. Come on back. Thank you.
Morning, Commissioners. Andrew Howell, Shawnee County Election Commissioner. Just a real quick report for you on early voting. We're averaging, since Monday, we are averaging about 1,000 voters a day through the building. We're also averaging about 500 mail ballots returned every day, as well, of course, as applications that are coming in being processed by the office. So just wanted to give you an update on that. And then just a reminder for voters, generally, we are open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. each weekday, next week as well. And then a reminder, early voting in the office ends at noon on that Monday before Election Day. So just, you've got another week or so to go, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Then early voting ends at noon on that Monday, November the 7th. Also a reminder, if you would like to get an application to us, we can receive those and respond to those until next Tuesday. That's the last day for us really to process those. So just a reminder, you've got all three options: mail, walk-in traffic at the office at 3420 Van Buren, or Election Day at your polling place. If you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer those, but just wanted to give you a quick update on voting in the office.
All right. Any questions for Andrew? All right. Thank you very much. Any other administrative communications? All right. Commissioner Rippon?
Yes, I just wanted to mention a former county commissioner passed since our last meeting, Winnie Kingman. Winnie had quite a history serving with Shawnee County. She worked for Shawnee County for over 36 and a half years, I believe. She was originally worked in the clerk's office and then was appointed to fill a vacant term for and served in that capacity for another 2 terms. But then she was elected to the Board of County Commissioners for 4 terms. So I just wanted to mention her passing and mention all of her years of service with Shawnee County.
All right. Is that all you got?
That's all I have.
Okay. Well, I know we recognized HTK, but there's a lot of other people that had a hand in the completion of this building and renovations. Nelda and her staff have been working very, very hard on this, as well as Cine Company and their subs. And so want to certainly thank them for all their hard work as well. I am interested in the history of this gavel at some point because it looks like it's about 1,000 years old. They don't make them like that anymore. Is there a story with this thing?
There is a story. That gavel was used in the House of Representatives and maybe well over 100 years old. And my wife's grandfather was in the House of Representatives for 17 years. And I think his last term was like in the early 60s or late 50s. And he ended up with the gavel somehow, and one of the desks from the Capitol. Legend has it the person in charge of the Capitol, the building, he bought new desks without asking the House of Representatives members. He didn't ask anybody. He bought new desks, and so they by a narrow margin decided to approve the money to pay for the new desk. But then there was the problem what to do with the old desk, so they allowed the representatives to buy their desk if they wanted. So sitting in my living room is the number 1, number 2 desk from the House, the desk that he used, and the gavel came with it. So I don't know, they must have bought a new gavel as well.
Yeah.
So if it's as old as the desk, the desk was, they were installed in 1905 and used for about 50, 60 years. So,
Wow.
anyway.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I don't have anything else. So next item, please.
Item 7, executive session.
We do have a need for executive session today, so I'll move that we go into executive session for a period not to exceed 15 minutes for the following reason. For consultation with an attorney for the public body or agency, which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship. Specifically, we're going to talk about contract negotiations involving grant writing services. That'll be a 15-minute executive session. No action is expected following the executive session, and I'm going to say let's just start it at 9:30 sharp. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner May, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 2-0. Let's take a minute, and then we'll head into executive session. gavel's gone.
I took it.
How am I supposed to adjourn a meeting?
I don't know.
All right, we're back from executive session. No action was taken. We are adjourned.